Welcome to the Royal Calcutta Turf Club Calcutta Races Winter Meeting 5th day Tuesday 23rd January 2024 race preview. The first race of the afternoon, the Alaskan Handicap for horses rated 1 to 26 to be run over a distance of 1400 meters. The first runner we're looking at is Blue Chip, who's had one start in race number 65 in the current season, where Blue Chip took the turn in last spot, then came out with a rattle of a run, eventually came out and finished on 4th. Today ridden by P. Trevor. Blue Chip is by What's the Script out of One Punch. Next runner we're looking at is number 4 Miso, Win Legend out of Nobu. 3 starts for Miso so far. Best start was the first start Miso had was in race number 44, where finished on 3rd to Almas. Since then, a couple of unplaced efforts. Last start was in race number 67, took the turn in 6th spot, made up a placing and eventually finished on 5th. The winner here was Tusa, won that race by about 4 1/4 length. Number 5 is Pelagia. One start for Pelagia in race number 39, where took the turn in last spot, stayed on in last. Today the mount of P. Udakiran. Pelagia is by Perfect Stride out of Alaric. Number 6 is Historic. Historic, since moving from Western India, one start in race number 59, where took the turn in 8th spot, then under the jockey's urging, made up a placing and eventually finished on 7th of 9 runners. The winner here was Speculator, who won that race by almost 3 lengths. We move on to the second race of the afternoon, the INS Hooghly Cup for horses rated 21 to 46, rated 1 to 26, eligible to be run over a distance of 1400 meters. First runner we're looking at is Tenderheart. Tenderheart was a winner in her earlier start in race number 25, where she got the measure of Ticker. Since then, couple of unplaced efforts. In race number 60, the one we are looking at, took the turn in 6th spot as Tenderheart, made up a couple of placings that eventually finished on 4th. The winner here was Fort Nelson, who won that race by a widening margin. Number 3 is Magnite. Couple of eye-catching runs in this season for Magnite. First up in race number 26, where he finished on 3rd to Jamaica. In her last start, Magnite was in 2nd spot, then kept on chasing the leader, which was the eventual winner Tusa, and finished on 2nd. Today the mount of Sujit Kumar Paswan. Number 5 is Tess, Lita Moore out of Lombardia. Tess went over 2000 meters in race number 50, where took the turn in 2nd spot, but I think she needed the shorter distance and she ran out of gas into the last 400 meters and was laboring, finished on a tame 3rd. We move on to the third race of the afternoon, the Echoes of Light Handicap for horses rated 61 to 86, rated 41 to 66, eligible to be run over a distance of 1600 meters. First runner we're looking at Flying Scotsman. After moving from Western India, what a start Flying Scotsman had in race number 57, took the turn in 4th spot, circled the field and took charge into the last 200 meters and won that race by beating the mighty Oh My Darling. Number 2 is Basharat. Started the season with a bang with a win in race number 3, beating Sea Line over 1600 meters. Subsequently has had a couple of unplaced efforts, 5th behind Swift in race number 18, and the one we are looking at, Basharat, was a little slowly out of the gates, took the turn in 7th spot, came out with a fast run, but all it could do was fill up the frame and finished on 4th. The winner here was White Roses. Number 3 is Sonata, Win Legend out of Bold Reply. Back-to-back wins for Sonata. One start in the monsoon season, a winner, and the start in the current season in race number 24. Went over 2000 meters, was stalking the leader, Dubai Gold, and took charge into the last 100 meters and won that race by almost 2 1/4 lengths, the mount of P. Trevor today. Number 4, Burmese. Burmese was a winner in her earlier start in race number 21, which she got the measure of Horus the Great over 1200 meters. Last start, Burmese was a little slowly out of the gates, took the turn in 11th spot, made up a few placings and eventually finished on 7th. Burmese has subsequently had a mock race. Number 5, Good Tip. Good Tip, couple of starts for Good Tip in this season. First up in race number 27, finished on 5th behind Etosha over 1100 meters. Last start over 1200 meters in race number 54. Took the turn in 4th spot, then came up with a run and closed down the margin, but all it could do was finish on 2nd to the runaway leader Power of Thea by a neck. Number 6 is Kiefer. Back-to-back wins for Kiefer in race number 14 over 1600 meters, got the measure of Hornbill. Next up, the one we are looking at on race number 30 went on a start-to-finish mission, was given a breather into the last 200 meters, kicked away from Rhapsody in green and won that race by a length and a half. We move on to the 4th race of the afternoon, the Navy Cup for horses rated 41 to 66, rated 21 to 46, eligible to be run over a distance of 1200 meters. First up, we're looking at a couple of runners. This is from race number 54. We had Archway and we had Team Player. Archway took the turn in 3rd spot. When asked for an effort, Archway dropped back slightly and eventually finished on 4th. Number 3, Team Player, who took the turn in last spot, did not make any further improvement, finished on last of 7 runners. The winner here was Power of Thea, who narrowly held on. Number 4, All-Time Legend. 4 starts for All-Time Legend, top class out of angling. First up in race number 42, finished on 6th. Race number 53 finished on 6th again. Race number 64 finished on 9th. Last start in race number 70, took the turn in 8th spot, stayed on an 8, travelled a little wide throughout the race. The winner here was Mandolin. Number 6, East Side. East Side has had quite a few starts in this season, a few eye-catching runs as well. And the last start was a little slowly out of the gates, took the turn in 5th spot, then came up with a run and eventually finished on 3rd. The winner here was Tusa, who won that race by 4 1/4 lengths. Number 7 is Caitlin. After coming down from Western India, her start in the current season in race number 13, where it was reported after the race that Caitlin was trotting lame. She took the turn in 5th spot, dropped back and eventually finished on last of 7 runners. The winner here was Rodrigo, who won that race very impressively. Number 8 is King Roger. King Roger had a start after coming down from Southern India and race number 61, was a little slowly out of the gates, then took the shortcut into the straight and took the inside passage and came out and finished on 3rd. The winner here was Cosmic Cowboy, who won that race by almost 2 lengths. Number 9 is Regency Gold. Couple of starts for Regency Gold in race number 25, went on a start to finish mission, then ran out of gas and finished on 5th to Burmese. Race number 64, the one we are looking at, was in 4th spot as they entered the home straight, then dropped back and finished on 6th of 9 runners. The winner here was Black Eagle, who won that race by 2.5 lengths. We move on to the 5th race of the afternoon, the feature race of the day, the Indian Champion Cup Grade 1 for horses 4-year-old and over, to be run over a distance of 2000 meters. First 2 runners we are looking at is A Star Is Born and 3rd Avenue. This was from race number 36, where The Star Is Born took the turn in last spot, then circled the field and took charge into the last 200 meters and drew away from them. 3rd Avenue was in 5th spot as they entered the home straight, then came up with a run and eventually did the next best thing, finished on 2nd. Number 2, Imperial Power, who's running after a long layoff, had a few niggles. This was in The last season in Madras, where in race number 60, went over 1600 meters, was in 4th spot, then came under pressure and eventually finished on 3rd. The winner here was Shamrock. Number 3 is Pissarro. This is from the Pune season, where Pissarro in race number 112 there over 3200 meters was in 2nd spot as they entered the home straight. Then it took charge into the last 200 meters, was taken over by Euphoric, but came up with a 2nd run and eventually won that race by 2 lengths. Number 4 is Stockbridge. Stockbridge has had 3 starts so far in this season. First up in race number 23, finished on 6th. Then race number 36, finished on 4th over 1600 meters. Last start was in race number 51, the one we are looking at, over 2200 meters. Was in 2nd spot throughout and eventually finished on 2nd. The winner here was Euphoric, who had about 3.5 lengths to spare to Stockbridge, the mount of Neeraj Rawal today. Number 6 is Travelius. This was from the Madras season in race number 102 there. Was a little slowly out of the gates. Was in 6th spot as the horses turned for home. Then towards the inside was weaving a passage between runners, but the race was as good as over. Won by Once You Go Black, and Travelius did the next best thing, finished on 3rd. We move on to the 6th and last race of the day, the Salterello Handicap, for horses rated 21 to 46, rated 1 to 26, eligible to be run over a distance of 1100 meters. First runner we're looking at is Indian Tiger. This was in race number 77, where Indian Tiger was installed the favourite, went on a start to finish mission and into the home straight, got into a battle with Lucretius, then started to drop back very rapidly, eventually finished on last of 7 runners. The winner here was a late finishing Sporting Trainer, who won that race by 2 1/4 lengths. Number 2 is Swift Lady. Swift Lady was a winner in an earlier start in race number 47, where she got the measure of late finishing east side. This start is from race number 68, where Swift Lady went over 1400 meters, was in 4th spot, then came up with a run and finished on a very close 2nd to Rocket Man by a short neck. Number 4, Trebia. Trebia had an eye-catching run in race number 32, where it finished on 3rd to Pyrgos. The run we are looking at is from race number 60, where it took the turn in 7th spot, then made up a couple of placings and finished on 5th. The winner here was Fort Nelson. Lastly, we got number 8, Ticker. Ticker has had 3 starts so far in this season, couple of eye-catching starts. Race number 25 finished on 2nd to Tenderheart, finished on 2nd in race number 44 to Almas. Last start drove 1200 meters, was in 6th spot, then came up with a run and finished on 4th. The winner here was Speculator. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. See you at the races.